How exciting, Drew, to have this next guy with us on the phone. One of my, maybe, he's not my favorite. He's right there. One of my top 3 players of all time in terms of love and watch play, and a great dude. And now has a new podcast. Everybody join me. John Wall. How are you doing, John?
I'm great, man. How you doing? Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, man. It's been a while. How's everything? You got your new podcast, Point Game, with iHeart and DraftKings, and it's cool seeing you doing your thing.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's dope. A lot of people for a long time been asking me to get on the podcast game, and I finally came to the odds of doing it, and I think I'm enjoying it, having fun. I had 3 episodes so far. And outside that, just being a dad, man, watching my kids grow, go to school, be activated in sports, and just living a little bit.
I watched how many kids you have, John?
2 boys.
2 boys. What are their names?
5 and 3. Ace and Amir.
All right. Well, wow. I think that's very cool. Can you believe? I mean, I remember this kid in high school in AAU, and now he's out here. He's out here with kids. I watched the video of you and DeMarcus, and I got to tell you, John. I mean, it made me so happy watching you 2 guys. What was it like to sit and do that? To sort of, think back at the memories of your time in Lexington?
It's great, man. It's always amazing. Like I always tell people, man, like that was a lot of fun. I just wish I could have brought a championship there. You know what I mean? Like that was my ultimate goal. The way the fans was, the way they embraced us, the way we fell in love with it. I mean, I always try to come back and support going to games, going to camps, just doing anything like that because it's a basketball town and they really love you. And they give you that fun to make you feel like you're not in college. Like we really enjoyed it. You felt like rock stars and for me, it's the best college to go to, the best college to play for.
I've always said that was the most fun year that Drew and I have both talked about. That's the most fun year we've had doing it, was covering you guys. Did you feel like, I mean, Kentucky hadn't been good. Did you feel like it was just like you were on a rock tour during that year?
Yeah, man. I guess if you was like a rock star, I guess that's what it felt like. You know, I mean, we started off 18-0. I know like a couple years before that, they wasn't too good. They was kind of NIT a couple of times. And, just a lot of young guys coming in, bringing some veteran guys back, and then having a new coach coming in town. Like, everybody was super excited to see what can go. And I think just to get to where we got to, like, our ultimate goal is to win a championship, but just even to be to the Sweet 16, to the Elite 8, it was amazing. You know what I mean? Like, we expected it, but, like, we were still young, still trying to learn, still trying to develop. Our first year, everybody trying to learn Cal's system, the fan base getting adjusted to Cal. And I think we put Kentucky back on the map to a level to where it's at now. And, even though Cal only has 1 championship, but he's done so much great for the school and for the students and everybody that's came through there. Like, they have that pedestal that everybody wants to be there.
And you got to talk to – I remember you talked to Barack Obama, and you all let DeMarcus be the one to talk. John, whose decision was that?
I think that was just Bull decision, you know what I mean? Like, he was the bully, you know what I mean? Nobody was trying to get into it, so he let Bull make that decision.
You might remember there was a fan at South Carolina when they ran on the court who might have remembered he was a bully too, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember because we had just became number 1 player in the country. I mean, number 1 team in the country. And South Carolina, Devin Downey and the big man had a hell of a game, man. They beat us, and they stormed the court, you know what I mean? And then we came back and beat South Carolina at home. But, we had just became number 1, and I remember we was on number 1 for like a couple of days.
Yes. Tell me about that moment at the SEC tournament. That's one of the great iconic moments in Kentucky history when you miss a shot, DeMarcus puts it back. The story is that you thought the game was over. I've always wondered. Cal always says that. Did you think the game was over?
Nah, hell no, I knew the game wasn't over. I knew we needed 2 points to go to overtime. If Cal going to say I think the game was over, the whole team did because everybody ran over there after me. So, like, I just wanted to – I was just surprised we got the rebound, to be honest. So, I didn't know how much time was left, and I knew I didn't have a chance to really try to get to the basket. So, I just got in and tried to dribble to the 3 and make a shot. And it fell short. DeMarcus made the layup. But I knew we didn't win. I knew it was overtime, but I knew we had to get another bucket, though.
That's exactly right. I always remember about that team, you had these older guys. Patrick, Ramon Harris was on that team, and then you had you guys. And that could have been a situation that could have been hard. You were taking some guys' jobs. Only a couple of those dudes actually ended up being able to play. Patrick did. I know Ramon played, but it was you. It's DeMarcus. People forget Darnell Dodson played, Eric Bledsoe. How were you guys, able to make sure that chemistry worked with the guys that stayed on than you all?
I think just Cal, you know what I mean? Cal coming in just like, you know what I mean, not promising nothing to nobody. We all had to fight for our spots when we first got there. But I don't want to take all the credit, but I feel like me just coming in and being like no one playing the country and being a point guard, I kind of just eased into everybody, just like, yo, I'm here to make everybody better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming here to try to feel like I'm better than all y'all and try to take over everything. I just wanted to come in and just be a true point guard and lead my team. And I think just everybody playing with me, knowing that they ran the floor, they got open, I was making the right play in front of those guys. And I think this is how we built that chemistry and that camaraderie together. Cal did a hell of a job of, like, you know, me having dinner nights and stuff like that at his house, so everybody came over. We had opportunity to stay in the Wildcat Lodge, you know, where you're around the guys a lot, playing video games, having lunch, breakfast, playing video games, playing arcade games, just doing that all together and being around each other. I think he just built that bond.
I heard DeMarcus say that his year in Kentucky was the happiest he's been. I always think that's cool. What was the year like for you in that way?
I think I agree the same, man. I think that's the funnest I ever had playing basketball. You know what I mean? Because you got to look at, like, man, we were kids that probably never thought we'd be playing in a high D1 major school, then be at one of the most petite schools of all time in Kentucky, setting records, doing things that we never thought of, and then being on TV every night, like being everybody's Super Bowl. It was just fun and exciting, man. It's like you couldn't get that joy back. I remember my rookie year in the league, we started off not winning too many games, you know what I mean? Like, you go very high in the draft, you kind of don't win too many games. And we was kind of like rebuilding, starting over, you know what I mean? Because we was going through stuff before. And I was like, damn, man, like, I wish I could go back to college and just get paid to play in the NBA. Like,
yeah, what if there was NIL when you were here, John? What would that have been like?
Well, you heard Cal say I couldn't have came back because I was the number one pick, so he wasn't letting me come back, no matter how much I was making NIL. But I think it would have been dope, you know what I mean? Like, it gives opportunity for certain kids that might not have an opportunity to make it to the league or try to make a lot of money playing professionally. They get an opportunity to take care of their family at the time being. But also, it's a gift and a curse being that, because sometimes kids will get the money and get the lifestyle too early and don't have no motivation to want to make it to the NBA. But it's also a good thing to help some parents. There's some families that might need the help at the time.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I'll get on TikTok and the public address announcer at your rookie game when they go, and from the University of Kentucky, John Wall, that shows up on. I mean, that's a meme. It's like viral, that introduction. Do you like that?
Oh yeah, it's fun. Like, for me, you know what I mean? Like, I was a kid coming in, and I mean, rookie, you know what I mean? They asked me would I dance for the first game. I'm like, yeah, I ain't scared. Like, let's get it going. So I think I proved that when I was at Midnight Madness. You know what I mean? I got that high up and I started dancing.
DeMarcus said you stole that from him. DeMarcus says you stole the dance.
DeMarcus don't really know how to dance. If you've seen him, come on, you haven't seen this before pregame dancing. I'm always the one leading the dance ring.
You were a better dancer than him. I love DeMarcus, but he wasn't the best.
But I was always the one leading the dance ring than DeMarcus wanted to. But like I told everybody, Cal scared him and told him not to do nothing up there. I was like, shit, I'm only going to be up here one time. I'm enjoying myself. And then on top of that, Boog's scared of heights.
He is scared. Yes, he is. He is scared of heights. Let me ask you about this team right now. I mean, you know, this is a fun team to watch. I'm sure you've watched them. Rob Dillingham's got a little Drew and John Wall in him a little bit. What do you think of this group?
Come on, you know where he's from.
North Carolina,
right?
He's from North Carolina.
North Carolina, come on, man.
Yes.
State, man. You know what we do. But you know the funny story, I said it on my podcast. I met Rob when he was like 7th, 8th grade playing for Combine Academy for Jeff McGinnis' team in Charlotte. And I was like, damn, who is this young kid? Like, he came in as a middle school kid playing against high school kids, just not backing down and not scared. And then, you know, I mean, I've been just following Rob, being real cool with him. You know, he went to OT, and everybody's like, man, well, he dribbled too much. He does that. And I'm like, Cal, the perfect guy for him. The same way I used to dribble a lot, do extra moves. Cal, listen, you can't score on 1 or 2 moves. We don't need you here. You're doing too much dribbling. And he kind of got into Rob. You see Rob don't play wild. I mean, he's aggressive. He's fearless. But not just him. Like DJ Wagner, he's been playing well. Like, you know what I mean, playing through an injury that a lot of people probably don't know about. Finding his role because he's always been a scorer his whole life. Now they got him playing point guard, so he's in a different role environment. Reed Shepard's been excellent and amazing. I didn't know he was that good. I knew he was a McDonald's All-American. Justin Edwards found his way. And Thero doing his thing. You know what I mean? Just so many guys are clicking and doing well for them. Antonio Reeves could be SEC Player of the Year, but not got to be.
If
right
you had Antonio
us.
Reeves on that 2010 team, you all beat West Virginia. He'd have made those threes.
If I had him or if I had Jody Meeks would have came back.
Oh, what if Jody comes back? I mean, how did we not get Jody to come back that year?
I don't know, man. We tried. I think he was promised a spot in the draft, and that's what he went with. So, you know what I mean? You're never going to stop nobody from chasing their dreams. But I think this team is special, man. I think this is probably the best shooting team that Cal has had completely. I think they have enough depth with big men. I think they have enough depth with guards. My ultimate goal for them is just whatever it is before March start, just lock in on defense. Like, that's the only thing they have ups and downs. They have is their defense like we have. But if they lock in on that, even if they having nights and they're not making shots, they too good offensively. It's too much firepower. They can find a way to get themselves going.
The podcast is called Point Game. It's with you and CJ Toledano. Who is that? I don't know him, John.
I just met him. You know what I mean? I met him. iHeartRadio wanted to do a podcast, and I guess he was a guy that does a great job with him, and I enjoy him as my co-host. They asked him who he would want to do one with, and he said he chose me, and I was like, dope. Like, I feel like I love the podcast thing. It's something exciting for me to kind of tell my story and just let the people know who I am and let them see another side of me.
Well, 2 of the first 3 episodes are John Calipari and DeMarcus Cousins, and they are the most entertaining thing. I've said this to you before privately, but I'll say it publicly. I would not have a career if it was not for John Wall. Drew Franklin would not have a career if it's not for John Wall. Your year here was when we exploded. I will always be grateful, and I love talking to you and always love to catch up.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, man. Like, not even just that, man. For y'all just being there and, like, being able to cover us and talk about us and put us in that platform and spotlight, I definitely appreciate it, you know what I mean? Because it really wasn't no social media era at that time. Just imagine how that would have been, Matt. We had social media back there, Instagram.
Well, first of all, you wouldn't have needed me. And secondly, I'd have been worried about DeMarcus having free access to the internet at that age.
But, yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, I'm always happy to talk to y'all guys, happy to get back to Kentucky. It's just a place I always call home, man. You know, I got a Kentucky jersey tatted on me. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that. You have a Kentucky jersey tatted on you?
So, like, I have my first basketball jersey when I played for the Boys and Girls Club. Then I have Garner Road Bulldog, my first AAU team. Then I have D1 Sports, my second team. Then I have my high school jersey. Then I got Kentucky. And then I got my Washington Wizards jersey. So, yeah, that means those jerseys meant something for me. That's something that paid my way to be who I am today. To reach my ultimate goal to play in college and then make it to the NBA. So Kentucky was the route, so there's always going to be love there.
Well, that is awesome. No one, Ryan, you would agree. You've been doing this longer than me. No one was a bigger rock star than John Wall was.
He is the definition of a UK basketball rock star.
John Wall, Rex Chapman.
That's it.
Probably the 2 biggest
no
that
doubt.
we've had here.
Yep.